are you? I hope you and all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today I will discuss from Biology second paper for class 12, chapter 11, that was Genetics and Evolution. Today I will discuss some creative and MCQ type question from the chapter 11, and the topics is evolution. So dear students, let's go. First of all, we have to see the stem of CQ number 1. Here a table are shown in the board. Here A, evolution theory, Lamarckism and Darwinism. Mentioned in B, evidences of evolution, morphological, embryological, geological evidences. The questions, first of all, question number A, what is evolution? Question number B, why Archaeopteryx is called connecting link? Question number C, compare between two theories mentioned in the stem. And the question number D is, morphological evidences is one of the proofs in favor of B mentioned in the stem. Analyze it. Dear students, the answer of question number A, evolution. Here, evolution is the process of continuous but very slow change in nature that gives rise to a more complex and advanced organism than a simple organism in the past. I repeat this, evolution is the process of continuous but very slow change in nature that give rise to a more complex and advanced organism than a simple organism in the past. Here the question number B, why Archaeopteryx is called connecting link. First of all, we have to know what is connecting link. Here, fossil of two adjacent taxonomic groups such as phylum or the middle of its class are called connecting link, and Archaeopteryx is called connecting link for what? First of all, characteristics of reptiles in Archaeopteryx. The body is long like a reptile with dry scales. The skeleton is made up of thick and heavy bone. The tips of wings have claws and teeth in the jaw. Characteristics of aves in Archaeopteryx. Number 1, the body is shaped like a bird and tail and wings are feathered. Number 2, the bones in the body are like as birds. Number 3, it has wings as a like bird and leaves turned into beaks. Here the question number C, compare between two theories mentioned in the stem. Dear students, the two theories of evolution mentioned in the stems are Lamarckism and Darwinism. Comparison of Lamarckism and Darwinism are given below. Here the comparison between Lamarckism and Darwinism. First of all, name of theories, inheritance of acquired characteristics and the theory of natural selection. Number 2, launch time. In 1809 AD and the Darwinism 1859 AD. Published in their text, Lamarckism, Philosophic Zoology, and Darwinism, Origin of Species by means of natural selection. Number 4, type of theory. It is a mechanical theory because cannot explain through the scientific methods. Darwinism is a scientific theory because can be explained through scientific methods. Principles of theory. Lamarckism, internal vital force, effect of environment and new needs, use and disuse, inheritance of acquired characteristics. And the principal theories of Darwinism is geometric ratio of the increase, variation, struggle for existence, natural selection, origin of species, etc. Physical changes in organism. Physical changes result from environmental changes, and here The physical changes result from struggle for existence. Number 7, acceptancy. Lamarckism is rejected by modern scientists, but Darwinism is accepted by modern scientists. Here the question number D and the higher ability based question. Morphological evidences is one of the proofs in favor of B mentioned in the STEM. Analyze. Morphological evidences is one of the proofs in favor of evolution. Comparative anatomy, a technique that has been used since the very beginning of the study of evolution, allows us to judge dissimilar organisms in an effort to see whether they share a common ancestor. Evidence from morphology. First of all, comparative anatomy. Comparative anatomy. A gradual development and modification in the various organ systems is seen as an organisms become more and more complex. For example, first of all, the hearts of vertebrates. The heart is 2-chambered in fishes, 3-chambered in amphibians, 4-chambered in crocodiles, birds, and mammals. Indicates gradual complexity from lower to higher groups. Dear students, you are watching the LS of different LS of heart of different vertebrates. Next one, the brains of vertebrates. A similar elaboration is also seen in the structure of the brain in the various groups of vertebrates. The vertebrate brain is made up of the olfactory lobes, cerebral hemisphere, optic lobe, cerebellum, and the medulla oblongata. From the fish to mammals, the brains become gradually larger and the most complexity shown in their cerebral hemisphere and cerebellum. Dear students, you are watching the images of brains of different types of vertebrates. Homologous organ. One of the indirect evidences for evolution comes from the study of homologous organs in organisms that exist today. Homologous organs are those organs which have the same basic structure but different functions. I repeat this. Homologous organs are those organs which have the same basic structure but different functions. As Darwin pointed out, the forelimbs of such animals as humans, whales, bats, and other creatures are strikingly similar, even though the forelimbs are used for different purposes, that is lifting, swimming, and flying. He suggested that various modifications are nothing more than adaptation to the special needs of modern organisms. Here, some homologous forelimbs for vertebrates. Analogous organ. Organs similar in the shape and functions, but their origin, basic plan, and development are dissimilar. Examples: wings of butterfly, bird, and bat. Such similarities are because of convergent evolution for adaptation to a common condition. They have no phylogenic relationship. You are watching some analogous organ of different types of vertebrates: wing of bat, wing of bird, and wing of insects. And the last one is vestigial organ. Darwin was observed that animals have structures degenerate and become undersized compared with similar organs in the organisms. The useless organs are called vestigial organs. I repeat this, the useless organs are called vestigial organs. Darwin maintained that vestigial organs may represent structure that have not quite disappeared. Perhaps an environmental change made the organ unnecessary for survival, and the organ gradually became multifunctional or monofunctional and reduced in size. For example, the appendix in human ancestors may have been an organ for digesting certain foods. Here are some vestigial organ for different types of vertebrates you are watching. So this is the first creative question for you, And now I will discuss another creative question from this chapter, and the topics also evolution. Here is a stem. Sheila went to visit the National Zoo with her father. She was amazed to see the giraffe's long neck there. When asked about it, he said, every living thing adapts to a new environment in the course of evolution. Question number A, what is analogous organ? Question number B, what is meant by inheritance of acquired characters? Question number C, explain the speech of Sheila's father according to the stem. And the question number D, explain in the light of the theory of Lamarck and Darwin why the stem refers to the elongation of the neck of the mentioned animal. So let's go. The answer of question number A, what is analogous organ? Organs similar in shape and function but their origin, basic plan and development are dissimilar is called analogous organ. I repeat this, the organs similar in shape and function but their origin, basic plan and development are dissimilar is called analogous organ. Question number B, what is meant by inheritance of acquired characters? Inheritance of acquired characters is the main concept of Lamarckism. Whatever an individual acquires characters in its lifetime to due internal vital force, effect of environment, now needs and use and disuse of organs, they are inherited to the next generation. That's why the inheritance of acquired characters is the main concept of Lamarckism. Question number C, explain the speech of Sheila's father according to the stem. The quote from Sheila's father mentioned in the stem is, every living thing adapts itself to a new environment in the course of evolution. The new needs that arise in the process of life and the urge that the organism feels to meet them result in the growth of any organism in the body or addition of new organs. The addition occurs through the active efforts of the organism. In fact, evolution is a long and complex process. The evolution of the living world has evolved over thousands of years. The elongation of the giraffe's neck here reminds us of its physical evolution. This is because the scientist Lamarck theorized that the reuse or constant use of an organ makes the organ well recognized and ultimately its growth. Referring to the giraffe's long neck to support his theory, he said that ancestors of giraffes were small and predatory animals. Their forelegs and necks are quite small. When there is a lack of grazing land, the ancestors of giraffe start eating the leaves of the tree. Thus the lower leaf ends and the upper leaf lifts the neck to eat. It grows as a result of the continuous lifting and expansion of the cervix to reach the young leaves at the top of the tree, and it continues through the lineage. The cervix and apex become longer and take on the current shape. According to the Lamarck, the current giraffe's neck and forearm have been lengthened as a result of the continuous active efforts. The question number D. Explain in the light of the theory of Lamarck and Darwin why in the stem refers to the elongation of the neck and mentioned animal. The animal mentioned in the stem is the giraffe. The reason why giraffe have long necks is explained in the light of the Lamarck and Darwin theories. According to the Lamarck, the stimulus and constant effort to adapt to the ever-changing environment has resulted in increased giraffe neck function and accelerated its development, with the length of the neck gradually increasing over time, meaning that this trait is passed down from generation to generation. On the other hand, the arguments of Lamarck's doctrine or theories are not entirely acceptable because giraffe necks growth in acquired quality, and the inheritance of acquired qualities is not justifiable. He added that in the case of animals, the environment manages the animal through the brain or nervous system, then the animal gets what it wants. The giraffe's nervous system forces him to eat leaves with the neck held high. This statement is also not justifiable because it is impossible for a person with the desire to fly in the sky to grow wings in the human body due to the lack of wings like a bird. The sense can be imagined before the sense are created, but if there is no organ, the question of action is irrelevant. On the other hand, through Darwin's natural selection, the gene that will be able to adapt the hostile environment will reveal the new characteristics of the species in nature. According to him, the creatures that succeed in the struggle for survival have a favorable and helpful variety for the struggle. And all for this reason, the giraffe's neck has become larger. Dear students, here some objective question, some sample objective question for you from the chapter Evolution. Number 1, which one is living? Mesohippus, Equus, Mesohippus and Eohippus. You will find out the answer of these types of MCQ question from your textbook. If you faces any kinds of problems, you will contact your subject teacher. He or she will give a solution of those MCQ types of question. Question number 2, who introduced the theory of inheritance of acquired characters? The options are Hugo de Vries, Charles Darwin, Lamarck, Mendel. Question number 3, who proposed the theory ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny? The options are Lamarck, Charles Darwin, Haeckel, Weizmann. The question number 4, who is the father of natural selection? The options are Lamarck, Charles Robert Darwin, Ivan Pavlov, Mendel. Question number 5, marsupial mammals are found on which continent? The options are Asia, Australia, Europe and Africa. Question number 6, in which epoch is called the age of reptiles? The options are Archaeozoic, Cenozoic, Paleozoic and Mesozoic. Here, look the following stem and answer to the question 9 and 10. Which theory indicates the stem? Lamarckism, mutation, Darwinism, New Darwinism. Question number 10, as per stem, what is happened marked by Q? The options are intraspecific struggle, interspecific struggle, struggle with environment. So dear student, this is all from today's class. I repeat you, if you faces any kinds of problems, you will contact your subject teacher and he or she will solve your problem, all kinds of problem from till today. That is all for you. So dear students, I hope you are watching this class and enjoy this class. So no more today.